Hey Heartland fans, welcome back home to the Mindshift, your trusted sanctuary for all things Heartland, where timeless memories, heartfelt journeys, and unforgettable characters come to life once again. Today, we're stepping into a moment we've all been holding our breath for the season 19 premiere. And trust me, it's not just a new chapter, it's a storm of emotions that will leave you speechless. Could it be true? Is Ty Borden the heart of Heartland really back? Or is this something even deeper? Something that transcends life, loss, and the bond that refuses to fade? We're diving headfirst into the emotional mystery surrounding Ty's shocking return and the ripple effect it sends through every corner of Heartland Ranch. From Amy's tearful confrontation with the past, Lindy's innocent questions that cut straight to the heart, Jack's unwavering quiet strength, Lo and Georgie's overwhelming flood of emotions, to Tim's silent internal war. Every frame of this episode is a masterpiece of love, memory, and raw humanity. If you thought you knew where this story was headed, think again. This episode doesn't just continue the legacy, it redefines it. So whether you've been with Heartland since day one, or you're just now discovering the magic, this is the moment that changes everything. Grab a warm drink, settle in, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell, because what we're about to experience together is nothing short of unforgettable. Let's dive into the moment we've all been waiting for. The episode opens with a breathtaking aerial view of the Heartland Ranch, drenched in the soft golden hues of early morning light. The sweeping landscape stretches endlessly beneath a pastel sky, the vast open fields, the gentle sway of the grass in the breeze, and the beloved silhouette of the iconic red barn standing tall like a symbol of resilience and memory. In that single moment, viewers are instantly transported not just to the setting but to the soul of the series itself. As the camera gracefully glides closer, we see Amy Fleming brought to life once again by the incomparable Amber Marshall standing among the horses, gently brushing their coats, her movements calm and tender. There's a delicate stillness in her expression, a kind of quiet strength, softened by an unmistakable melancholy in her eyes. Her face tells a story not with words, but with emotion. It's a portrait of a woman who has found momentary peace in the rhythm of the ranch, yet still carries the weight of a loss that time hasn't fully healed. The beauty of the morning, the serenity of the animals, the warmth of the rising sun, it all stands in sharp contrast to the emotional storm Amy has weathered over the past year. A storm defined by longing, unanswered questions, and the haunting absence of the man she once called her forever. Ty may be gone, but his presence lingers in every corner of Heartland, in every sunrise, and in every heartbeat of Amy's quiet morning routine. This opening sequence doesn't just set the stage. It feels like coming home. But home, as we soon discover, is about to change in ways no one could have imagined. Amy's morning begins not with fanfare, but with quiet rituals steeped in memory and need. The sun rises slowly over Heartland Ranch, casting a golden hue over the fields as Amy steps into the crisp morning air. She walks toward the stables, her boots crunching softly on the gravel, carrying the weight of both her responsibilities and her lingering grief. As she feeds the horses, there's a tenderness in her every movement. The way she gently strokes the mane of Spartan, her oldest companion, reveals more than words ever could. It's a brief but profound moment of connection, grounding her in the present while whispering echoes of the past. The camera lingers on her face, her eyes reflective, her expression quietly burdened. It's in this stillness that we feel the depth of her loss. Ty's absence isn't just a memory, it's a presence in itself woven into every breath she takes. And as much as Amy tries to carry on, her heart is still learning how to live without him. As the morning unfolds, Amy returns to the warm embrace of the ranch house, where the smell of fresh coffee and sizzling eggs fills the kitchen. The soft hum of morning life contrasts beautifully with the emotional undercurrent running through her. Waiting for her at the breakfast table is Lindy, her bright-eyed daughter, who despite her young age, carries both innocence and wisdom beyond her years. She greets her mother with a smile that could light up the darkest morning, her voice bubbling with excitement as she talks about school, her favorite pony, and a new game she wants to try. Their bond is instantly felt, a thread of deep love stitched together by shared loss and enduring hope. Amy listens intently, responding with warmth and gentle laughter, savoring the ordinary beauty of this moment. But then, with a simple honesty only a child can muster, Lindy looks up and asks a question that stops Amy in her tracks. "Mom, do you think Daddy will come back soon?" The room seems to pause. Amy's smile falters just for a second, a flicker of pain crossing her features, but she catches herself and leans in closer. Her voice is soft and steady as she explains, choosing words that are kind, comforting, and careful. She tells Lindy that Ty had to leave for a while, that he loved them both very much, and that sometimes people we love stay with us in ways we can't always see. Her words are wrapped in grace, but her eyes betray a sadness that never truly goes away. This quiet exchange between Amy and Lindy strikes at the very core of the episode's emotional depth. It's not just about grief, it's about the quiet resilience that blooms in the face of loss, the undeniable strength of a mother's love, and the incredible courage it takes to carry the weight of the past while continuing to move forward. Amy's heartache is palpable, but her unwavering determination to protect her daughter from that pain is just as powerful. Lindy, with her innocent eyes wide open in curiosity, asks the question that has haunted Amy for months. Will Daddy ever come back? In that simple raw moment, Amy's heart both aches and swells with love as she gazes at her daughter. Her voice is soft but certain, as she reassures Lindy that Ty's love still surrounds them even if he's not physically here. It's a beautiful bittersweet moment, a reminder that the truth of love can transcend absence, even as Amy's heart struggles to balance the honesty Lindy deserves with the need to shield her from the harshest of reality. It's a raw portrayal of a mother's devotion, a testament to the unbreakable bond they share, even when faced with the unknown. Just as the weight of this tender moment begins to settle, the serene peace of the day is suddenly shattered by the appearance of a mysterious figure on the horizon. The camera pulls back, the sweeping shots of the vast, empty landscape amplifying the isolation of this figure, every frame brim with tension, the unfamiliar presence sending a chill through the air, leaving viewers suspended in uncertainty, unsure of what's to come. Amy, who has been tending to the horses with quiet focus, senses the stranger from a distance. Her brow furrows, confusion clouding her features, followed by a subtle flicker of anxiety. The camera lingers on her face, capturing every emotion. The flicker of hope, the sharp pang of disbelief, and the unmistakable stirrings of fear. Without thinking, she steps forward as if drawn by an invisible thread pulling her closer to something she can't yet name. The figure, still distant, is nothing more than a shadow. But as the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the land, that shadow begins to take shape. Amy's breath catches in her chest. There's something about this stranger, something that feels too familiar, too hauntingly close to the past she thought she'd bear. The world seems to still, the wind quiets, and for just a fleeting moment, everything pauses. Her heart pounds in her chest as the stranger draws closer, his presence becoming unmistakably known. A chill races down her spine as the impossible thought forms. Could it be him? Then, as the stranger steps into the light, the air around Amy seems to freeze. Her body stiffens, eyes locked in disbelief. Her breath hitches in her throat, hands trembling as the unimaginable becomes real. The world around them stops, and the true weight of this moment takes hold. It's Ty Borden. Graham Mortal's return is nothing short of breathtaking. His face, older but achingly familiar, carries the weight of years lost and a heart full of longing. The background score swells, rich with emotion, as Ty stands motionless, his eyes locked on Amy's, a gaze filled with equal parts fear and hope. He looks like a man who's dreamed of this moment 1,000 times, yet still can't believe it's real. Amy's expression is a whirlwind of raw, unfiltered emotion. Shock ripples across her face, followed by disbelief, then pure, overwhelming joy. Her eyes fill with tears that spill freely as her lips part in silent awe. She takes a cautious step forward, then another, as if afraid that if she moves too quickly, the illusion will shatter. Every inch of her movement is steeped in hesitation, wonder, and a yearning that has lived in her heart since the day she lost him. For a moment, time itself seems suspended, the ranch around them fading into the background. It's just the two of them, suspended in the gravity of the past and the miracle of the present. The camera closes in, capturing every flicker of emotion in their eyes, every breath, This isn't just a reunion. It's a collision of heartbreak and hope, a culmination of silent prayers and impossible dreams. Finally answered, Amy's voice breaks the silence. Barely above a whisper, she utters his name, Ty, as if speaking, it might make him vanish. She reaches out, fingertips trembling, and gently brushes his cheek. The moment her skin touches his, it's as if the years fall away. Ty exhales shakily and pulls her into his arms, in a tight, desperate embrace, holding her like a man who has waited an eternity. They cling to each other, sobbing, not just from grief, but from the release of 1,000 emotions that have been building for far too long. When they finally part, still holding hands, Ty begins to speak. His voice is quiet, heavy with emotion, and cracks under the weight of what he's about to reveal. He explains that after testifying against a dangerous criminal, he was forced into witness protection. The threat was real and the government believed that disappearing was the only way to keep him and, more importantly, Amy and Lindy safe. He couldn't contact anyone, not even Jack, not even Lou. It was agonizing but necessary. Only now, after years of living in the shadows, was it finally safe to come home. Amy stands frozen, her heart pounding as she listens in stunned silence, her tears flowing freely down her cheeks. In that moment, her emotions collide, a whirlwind of heartbreak for the years that have slipped away, relief that the man she thought lost forever is standing right here, anger at the silence that kept them apart, and above all an overwhelming love that has never once faltered, even in the darkest of time. As the weight of it all crashes down on her, she wraps her arms around Ty once more, burying her face in his chest, her sobs muffled by the comfort of his embrace. The truth, as impossible as it seems, begins to sink in. He's back. This breathtaking moment, woven together with stunning cinematography and a hauntingly emotional score, is not just the return of Ty Borden, it's the rebirth of everything they thought was lost. It's the rekindling of a flame that never truly extinguished, a testament to the enduring power of love that can survive the deepest of wounds. This reunion, more than a mere return, is a poignant reminder that even in the bleakest of places, hope can bloom once again. It's a scene that will linger in the hearts of Heartland fans long after the credits roll. Inside the house, Lindy watches from the window, her small face pressed against the cool glass, eyes wide with wonder. When she sees her mother locked in a tender embrace with a stranger, confusion flickers across her brow. Her curiosity wins out, and she rushes outside, her tiny feet tapping against the ground. But as she draws closer, uncertainty takes hold, and she slows down, unsure of what she's witnessing. Ty, now aware of his daughter's gaze, turns and sees Lindy for the first time. His hardened features soften, his heart flooding with an emotion he can barely contain. A smile, gentle, radiant, and full of love, spreads across his face as he meets her eyes. Lindy, still unsure, looks up at Amy for reassurance. Amy, her own heart swelling with emotion, nods with an encouraging smile, silently urging her up down, his eyes brimming with warmth and affection, and gently says, "Hi Lindy." There's a heavy pause as Lindy takes him in, her young mind racing to piece together the reality before, and then, in a move that seems to bridge the gap of time and distance, Lindy runs into his arms, instinctively burying her face in his shoulder. Ty holds her tightly, tears of joy escaping him as he clutches his daughter, his heart overflowing with the love he thought he might never have the chance to give again. It's a moment so tender, so raw, it feels as if the very air around them holds its breath. The bond between father and daughter, though once torn apart, is now woven back together with unspoken love, and the weight of their separation melts into the purity of this reunion. Family reaction. News of Ty's return spreads like wildfire through the Heartland household, carried on whispers of disbelief and hope. The air at the ranch feels charged, as if time itself is holding its breath. The first to arrive is Jack, the steady foundation of the Fleming Borden family. The seasoned patriarch, with his weathered hat and eyes that have seen both heartbreak and healing, steps forward slowly. Years of silent prayers and unspoken grief flicker across his rugged features. He stares at Ty for a long, silent moment, almost as if willing himself to believe it's really him. No words are exchanged at first, only a shared look heavy with history, sorrow, forgiveness, and love. Jack's usually firm jaw softens. The man who rarely lets his emotions show takes a deep breath, steps in and pulls Tai into a powerful embrace, one that says everything he can't put into words. His voice, thick with emotion and cracked from years of holding it all in, murmurs, "Welcome home." That one sentence is more than a greeting. It's a release, a moment of healing not just for Tai but for Jack too. Lou, practical, composed, and fiercely protective, is next. She bursts onto the scene, eyes darting in disbelief, like she's bracing for it all to disappear. Her breath catches as she sees Tai standing there whole and alive. Her initial shock quickly gives way to a tearful smile, and for a split second, the polished, nonsense Lou lets her walls fall. She crosses the room in seconds, and wraps Tai in a heartfelt sisterly embrace. "It's so good to see you," she whispers, her voice trembling, the years of worry and unanswered questions spilling over in her tears. Behind her smile is a mind already racing, wondering how to protect Amy, how to help Lindy process this, how to support the family in the wake of this seismic emotional shift. But for now she holds on tight, just grateful he's home. Then comes Georgie, fiery, brave, and full of life. Ty's return hits her like lightning. As someone who always saw him as a role model, a steady anchor in her own turbulent journey, she doesn't hesitate. The moment she sees him, she breaks into a run and throws her arms around him, nearly knocking him off balance. "I can't believe you're back," she exclaims, her voice filled with unfiltered joy. Her eyes sparkle with a kind of hope. Only youth can carry hope, that things can be whole again, even after so much time has passed. Tai lets out a genuine laugh, one that's been missing from Heartland's walls for far too long. In George's embrace, he finds a kind of comfort, only found in someone who never stopped believing. Finally, Tim arrives. He stands back for a moment, his expression unreadable, the years of conflict, misunderstanding, and respect simmering just beneath the surface. Their relationship has always been a complicated dance of pride and loyalty. Tim's eyes are hard at first, searching Ty's face for truth. The tension between them could be cut with a knife, but then something shifts. In an unexpected gesture of humility, Tim steps forward and extends his hand. It's a simple offering, but monumental in its meaning. Tai pauses, studies him, and then grips his hand firmly. It's not a warm hug, but it doesn't need to be. It's real. It's honest. Tim clears his throat and with a rare softness in his voice, says, "Glad you're back," and Tai nods a silent acknowledgement that this too is a step toward healing. This emotional whirlwind of reunions paints a powerful portrait of what family truly means at Heartland. Ty's return doesn't erase the years of pain or the scars left behind, but it begins a new chapter, a new normal, one built not on forgetting the past, but on finally facing it together. With Ty's return, the Heartland family begins to adjust to their new norm. The initial joy of the reunion is soon tempered by the challenges of reintegrating Ty into their daily lives. The family gathers around the kitchen table, a familiar scene filled with warmth and laughter. They share stories, reminisce about the past, and catch up on lost time. The atmosphere is light and filled with love, but beneath the surface, there are deeper currents of emotion. Amy and Ty have several private conversations away from the bustle of the family. They talk about their time apart, the struggles they faced, and their hopes for the future. These conversations are filled with a mixture of relief, sadness, and cautious optimism. Amy expresses her fears about the challenges they might face as a family, while Ty reassures her of his commitment to making things work. Their dialogues are heartfelt and honest, a testament to the strength of their relationship. They acknowledge that while they have a lot to work through, their love for each other remains steadfast. The Heartland community is abuzz with the news of Ty's return. Friends and neighbors drop by the ranch, each bringing warm wishes and expressions of joy. There's a palpable sense of relief and happiness among the community members, who have always been a close-knit and supportive group. The community's reaction is captured in a beautifully filmed scene where they throw a small welcome back party for Ty. The scene is filled with laughter, music,
and heartfelt speeches, showcasing the strong bonds that tie the Heartland family to the wider community. However, Ty's return isn't without its challenges. The family must navigate the complexities of reintegration, including the emotional and psychological impacts of his absence. There are moments of tension as they adjust to their new reality. For instance, Amy and Ty struggle to find a new rhythm in their relationship, as they have both changed during the time apart. They have disagreements about parenting and the future, reflecting the natural friction that can arise when two people who love each other are faced with significant life changes. Lindy, in particular, faces her own challenges in adjusting to having her father back. While she is thrilled to have him home, she also experiences confusion and uncertainty. Ty makes a concerted effort to bond with her,